If I don't pick up the phone like I used to for you, don't you take it personal. I was hoping that you was gonna join in and sing with
I'm
me.
like, is that the intro?
That's the intro. I thought we was gonna sing Destiny's Child together, but you
I didn't know. You
clearly.
sound like you was holding it down. Hold it down. Yo, D. You was holding it down over there.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. It's your girl Dominique, and I'm here with my best friend, the most important person to me in the world,
Oh,
Dr. Billy.
what's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on?
Man, low key, you a little bright, you a little hot in these streets.
Okay, look, I'm gonna turn it right down. I know you're gonna let me know. So
Yeah, you know
let's
I'm
see.
gonna oh, there you go. There's normal. There you go. Now you sexy. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you if you was walking upon the gates of heaven, now you in. So
That's where I want. That's where I want to be. Maybe that's good.
yeah, that's great. That's great.
Okay.
So this is gonna be a fun episode. We're gonna just do a little pop culture for y'all because that's our favorite interesting thing to talk about sometimes. And last week we had a versus battle. That what was that? The third time?
The
Third
third time.
the third time, three's a charm, with our girl Keisha Cole and Ashanti that I oddly missed because I was watching Zooming with the homies, getting my life, and you watched it. So how was it?
Well, first of all, let me just say, they ended up getting like 1.1 million views, which I'm shocked because I
Really?
felt I felt like a lot of people were like you. By the time this was the third time them trying to do it, a lot of people I knew were over it. And actually, I knew a lot of people who weren't prepared to watch it. It was like random. Somebody ended up telling me about it because I was gonna miss it also because I didn't know when the new day was. I was like over the whole versus thing anyway. But it ended up being like it was the Thursday night, which I thought was random because the first time they were supposed to do it was on a Saturday. So why didn't y'all just keep it on a Saturday? It ain't like y'all got versus battles booked up and y'all couldn't fit it in. So I thought that was weird. But yeah, I watched it. I was upset that they didn't do it the first time because I actually had like a little viewing thing. I got some food and stuff to cook. I don't go all out and do all that for no damn thing on TV. But yeah, so yeah, I watched this time and I will say it was very lackluster for me. I think the only thing, first of all, the only point of the verses to me is the actual music. I don't care. Of course, it's nice, to see what our celebs, what they look like, what they got on. Um, I think it's nice when they talk about each other's music and appreciate, and they talk about their own music and what they were going through at the time. That's great. But the point of it is to hear the actual hits and the music. Um, all the drama and kind of everything else outshined that to me.
Yeah.
Keisha Cole being over an hour late, which
She
I felt like she showed up. It was because they had went live, and what they seem to do is they tell us a time beforehand, and they go live at that time whether everyone is there or not. The sound and everything is really not so. We were just thinking it was technical difficulty. So eventually, after so much time, Ashanti showed up, and she kind of felt like she had to I guess be a host or get things rolling until Keisha came. And everybody got on Keisha. Keisha finally showed up. They said she had an attitude. I feel like she was a little frustrated, but they just made it saying, "Oh, Keisha and the attitude." We've always known Keisha to have some sort of an attitude. She doesn't fake it. She's never done that. If she ain't feeling it, she ain't feeling it. If she is, she is.
right.
But I felt like we shouldn't have been upset with Keisha because the whole versus battle was canceled because of Ashanti anyway. Yes, she had. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yes, she might have had COVID, but Ashanti was, and she said she got it from a family member. But let's not forget, she was being irresponsible as well. She was still going on tour and everything last year. So if we had, and she canceled at the last minute. They canceled on the day of the versus battle. So if we had to wait on Ashanti and all these versus people at that time, they can wait for Keisha to show up finally. And she showed up and she played them hits.
So here's the thing: is that Versus was created because niggas had to quarantine. So why couldn't they just do it from their respective places? Like, so if Ashanti had to be upstairs and Keisha Cole was downstairs, like, why couldn't they just do it that way? Is there? I just don't get it, because didn't they end up having like two screens or something anyway? Like, were they not in the same place?
So I don't think they were in the same place. Uh, they ended up having two screens, which yes, you're right. It did start off that way. Jill Scott and Erica Badu kicked things off, and they were in their homes. But I think when we got to see that when they were doing it on Instagram, we got to see some connection problems. So then they decided that it was going to be best to put people in the studio together. That's where that came from. So it was a big deal. We were supposed to have Keisha and Ashanti do it. And Ashanti was like, well, we can do it from home. And she's always said they could do it separately, which I don't know what took them so long.
Right.
You would think it would be easier for them to do, well, I guess it's easier for them to do it all in one place. But they said they had the Apple people or whoever coming to their homes, bringing them the equipment. I just don't know what the big deal is. I just feel like at this point, I'm kind of over the whole versus thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all gonna continue to still be out and about, the celebrities are still performing at the clubs. You still got Bow Wow, and who's going out to see Bow Wow? I don't know, risking their life for that. But you still got Ashanti that's been on tour. She's still been traveling all last year. You got Mulatto. She's doing club appearances. Trina. So at this point, it's like, why do we even need a versus battle? I don't know.
I think that the issue with versus is that they didn't keep it up like a schedule. So, and it is not like the world was open. So I feel like a lot of niggas was at home, and I feel like if they had like a planned schedule, and time things out where it was might have been like on a weekly basis or bi-weekly, that would have people's like interest up, because between before, what was the last verses before that?
The one before that. Well, I was gonna say the last one they had was with E40 and Too Short.
Yeah, I definitely didn't watch that.
That was the very last one that they had, and that was at the end of last year. So I don't get it. I just don't get how they set up the versus battles. I feel like we should have been cranking out more versus battles, especially with y'all having these numbers. I just think it should be a more consistent thing. But yeah, so as far as this one, I fucks with Keisha Cole and Ashanti and the music. But yeah, I think it should have just been about playing the music and celebrating that. It was a little unorganized. They started playing music, like when Ashanti was trying to fill in the time, they started playing her music already.
Oh,
and it's like, why are we already playing her music? We haven't started yet. Y'all could have played all these other things. The DJs, one of their DJs, I don't know if it was Ashanti's or Keisha's, but he would play the music, but he would be doing all this extra scratching over the music. And it's like, we didn't need all this scratching. They do that scratching on the thing, but that's only like if I thought it was like transitioning or at a certain part that called for, but he did it on like every song. He not only did, and I would just tell you, Twitter definitely saved. Like Twitter and the comments definitely also saved verses. They ended up playing like so many songs, maybe like 10 songs, then they ended up having like an intermission. But it's like, why did y'all get an intermission when you showed up when Keisha was late? It's already behind schedule.
Show on the road.
Yeah. So how y'all gonna take a break? So the people was talking about how you gonna show up to work late and still go on break, which low key I still do that.
Don't we all do that? I get there, I make breakfast.
I mean, hey, especially if you get a lunch, don't let it be a job that got a cafeteria or a break room. So I still need to go make my way up to that vending machine, over to that food. Yep. I don't care what time I came. Y'all still taking that same half hour out my check, right? Okay, then I'm still gonna go over and make sure I take this break. But it just crazy. They was repeating songs, and Ashanti was so great. So they said Ashanti won the battle. I still don't understand how she won, because the point of it is to go off of hits. It wasn't about Ashanti being there, being, on time, which she was late too, but it wasn't about her being professional while Keisha wasn't there. Nobody asked for either one of them to sing live. So even though Ashanti might have given a better live vocal, nobody asked for that. Ashanti was playing us songs that we had never heard of. Every song that Keisha called, y'all have heard these songs, unless you just been living under a rock. But I felt like Keisha won. Keisha was there before at the very first battle, and she was sitting on ready for the second time they scheduled it. So she didn't win because what? She showed up late this time. She been sitting on ready and ready to crank out these hits. So I don't know who judges these battles or how they do it, these things, but honestly, that could have been the last one for me. Unless they finna give us some really big names in the future. These other people, I'm just like, okay.
They're trying to. Timberland said that Drake called him because he wanted to see like Justin Timberlake and Usher.
No.
That would be an interesting battle, but it's just like.
And that's the thing. They keep linking up these people who it's like Keisha Cole and Ashanti was so random to me.
But when you really, let's be clear and let's be real. That's a perfect matchup. Just like how Brandy and Monica was a perfect matchup, Too Short and E40.
Brandy and Monica is perfect.
Because when you really think about people's catalog and they features and all of that, they both kind of hold the same weight. Both of them have hits, solid hits. Ashanti did do a lot during that huge J Lo era because that was pretty much all her when you really think about it. So I wouldn't know who else would you put up with it.
But see, that's the thing.
Not
that's the thing. They have two different total catalogs. Like, like you said,
which is okay. But it's just like as far as like
it's okay, but it's not an even matchup. Like everything Keisha has done, she might have had some writers in there, but for the most part, Keisha wrote most of her stuff. No, all of her stuff has been solo, never in a group, never always. She had a few features here and there, but Ashanti's catalog comes from what she's done for other people and also who collaborated with Ja Rule.
Do you not remember the Ashanti album and that second album, Jefferson?
But that's I'm saying that was after. I'm talking about all together.
That helped her with like brand recognition. So now we really do know her. Murder Inc. Right.
But Keisha came right out the gate doing solo stuff. She didn't do group stuff or do stuff for other people.
Keisha really didn't get like big or recognition for real until like Love. Because I knew her, like I was fucking with Keisha with I Changed My Mind, but niggas wasn't on Keisha then. It wasn't until that song that it really kind of pivoted her.
That's still first album.
Her first album, same thing with Foolish. You had Happy.
Well, now I'm talking about Keisha. You were saying Love, but I'm saying that's still her first album.
Though. Yeah, it is. But Ashanti's first album was hella solid. Like, was a solid album.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying the catalog's different. Like, we've known Ashanti before her first album, but her stuff was collaborations mostly, or whose other stuff that she worked on. Whereas Keisha, it's been all her this whole time. So I mean, yeah, we've known them through the same time. I can see why they would match them up, but I don't know.
I don't think it would be anybody else that you would match them up with, though. Who you gonna?
Someone said Ashanti versus Carrie Hilson.
Carrie Hilson, okay. As for no. And that's no knock to her. But when you think about Carrie Hilson's like hits.
But she wrote for other people.
She wrote
She got her own hits.
She wasn't. Yeah, she wrote for other people. But Ashanti, this ain't a producer battle. So Ashanti, though she was featured, Carrie Hilson was writing for other people, so it would just kind of be like an uneven matchup. Like that would have been, you would have had to kind of almost put Carrie with somebody else that's like a writer. Who's another female writer that's pretty good? I don't even.
I mean, most of them these days, is writing for other people, but I don't know. I mean, it was cool for what it was. Like, I got my life from it because it was a hot ass mess. And because, I do know most of those songs. I mean, I was here for Keisha. Though just her songs and her music, I resonated with that more as opposed to Ashanti's music, but I still grew up on that. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, it was okay. It was cool, and I'm kind of over the whole versus thing.
Yeah. No, I just like it would have to be like I definitely enjoy like the Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, like those parts, but I just feel like y'all to be having us waiting so long. Like when is the next versus battle? Nobody even knows. It's like y'all not even doing it right.
That's the thing. They don't give us the times are so weird. Like
It really
they
is.
just be popping up with, oh, the versus battle is on this day. It's like, oh, okay.
But speaking of
You know,
Ashanti, um, Nelly is the face of, Flaming Hot Ladies.
that's so
And
random.
and
Red
Budweiser.
Hot Riplets.
No, no, like Budweiser. He's on the Budweiser can. And it's been popping up with like more endorsements. I'm like off the heels of like Dancing with the Stars. It's like it kind of
Right.
revitalized his career because that Busted challenge starts off with Hot in Here, and then so I don't know. I'm just happy that Nelly is finally getting his props because Nelly is a really talented artist. I don't know what happened in his basement that night of his versus battle with his internet connection. Also, somebody else not doing their lineup right and playing songs that people didn't know. And I'm like, Nelly, this has been a reoccurring thing with you where your shit ain't right. Oh, like who told you to play this song with Diddy that we don't know that never came out? And because
So
people were like, oh, you know, Ludacris, Ludacris is gonna kill Nelly. But I'm like, y'all be sitting up here playing Nelly like Nelly wasn't like didn't go diamond. Ludacris did not go diamond. Like, do y'all know how hard that is to go diamond? Like, niggas was buying physical copies of his album. And niggas be trying to cap like Nelly wasn't like changing shit, like wasn't game changing for people. And I just feel like it's fucked up. I don't know if it was just at home, but when I tell people I'm from St. Louis, will talk to me about the importance of Nelly and like niggas was telling me out here that they was wearing like Bocal, wearing the Band-Aid, all of that stuff. And I was just like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, we fuck with Nelly heavy. When I was in Vegas, Nelly performed one time. Man, when I tell you the crowd went wild, them niggas was wow. That shit, I'm just, listen, that Budweiser shit is long overdue. I kind of got beef with Budweiser for giving Big Sean a can before Nelly. Nelly is homegrown and should have been had that shit a long ass time ago. And I'm just happy people is just finally recognizing him for the talent that he is.
Well, he ended up getting the and shout outs to Nelly, yes, also from St. Louis. Um Nelly, he ended up getting the Anheuser-Busch campaign right before he did Dancing with the Stars, but it seemed like everything was out the same time. So
Yeah,
everything kind of lined up. Well, he's had the if you go on the Anheuser-Busch site, they have plenty of his it's not just the beers, but they have him on shirts, sweaters, and things.
they
They've
do.
had that out. Oh yeah, they've had
Oh,
that out for quite.
I want that jacket. I want the Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly, let me get one
He's
of those.
got sweaters, he's got the jacket, and
I
he's
need the
had that stuff
jacket.
out. Yeah,
That
it's yeah, but it was all to do it was all to celebrate the 20th anniversary of his debut. So it's been 20 years. So that's
Jeez.
why everything lined up the way that it did.
That was,
Um
oh my gosh. That was
yeah, it
so
when they tell us like these songs and how many years, like when I tell you, it does not even feel like it's been 20 years. Like since his first album came out, that's crazy.
man.
So but I remember where I was, everything. But yeah, so yeah, and he did his thing on Dancing with the Stars. Um Now as far as him being on verses, he was having some connections because it stormed that day also in St.
Oh,
Louis. He was in St. Louis at the time, and it was a storm coming that day. So that's the one thing that's the one thing, because he definitely was on one. You could tell he was on his level. He was excited. He wasn't paying attention to the comments. People were trying to give him warnings and tell him different things. He was in his own zone. He was not paying attention at all. Like, he was in his own zone. And the only reason why I'm gonna give him connection is because of that storm. But I knew before then, like, I fucks with, I fucks with Nelly, of course, but I fucks with Ludacris. I was here for Ludacris. Like, I knew Ludacris had more hits. Regardless of what we want to say, diamond, platinum, whatever, Ludacris had them hits.
I would say probably he did have a little more commercial appeal, I guess, but I feel like if you really took Homeboys like top, because they did what they do 20 in the end, like, I think the issue that came in again, things not being aligned, because like you said,
wait, let me address that. So, okay, as far as things not being aligned at times, okay, I do think sometimes they align some songs that, yes, I do think they are off at times. Now, I will say this. As far as Nelly playing songs that we haven't heard, I think you have to just really be a Nelly fan in order to know some songs. Now, he has a song that he had with Nicki Minaj and Pharrell. A lot of people do not know about that song, but like true Nelly fans, they knew about the song. I think it was like on his like last album that he had put out, or the second to last. But it's some songs that everybody know. But they do this like, okay, I noticed that Ashanti did it, because she'll play, and they said that Brandy did it. They don't always play the they don't always play the hits, but they play the fan favorites.
But she played Borderline just like how we got Trenches. So that makes sense because it's new.
It's not the same.
It's new material. And those technically did those really count toward it even? Because I feel like that was like a bonus round.
I don't think Trenches was a part of her alignment. I think she played Trenches at the end of the verses, just like Ashanti debuted her song at the end of the battle.
Because I thought when I think Trenches and they played Borderline at the end, but it was like the
Remember
end.
They played Trenches as they were leaving, as they were getting out of there.
I thought they ran it back, but
they did the same thing with Ashanti. But I think Keisha was.
Here's the thing. When we think about hits, we think about commercial success. And it was hella songs that low key like Nelly could have potentially thrown in there. That was like, oh shit, I forgot about this. Like it would be shit that Nelly was featured on, and people forget all the time. Like Rock the Mic. He did that song with Rick Ross. Here I am. He had. I mean, like the Welcome. No, that wasn't him. That was Murphy Lee. But it's just like it was so many more options. I'm just like, sir, listen, all I want to know is this: like, if Nelly, you dropping a project or whatever, and you need like an image consultant and things like that, and sound, holla at your girl. We can, work some things out and really, get you back. Because Nelly is dope. Like, people was biting. I'm gonna say this. And niggas is gonna cuss me out and say, no, it was no. Nelly was doing that rapping, singing shit way before like anybody else. And
before Drake,
and nobody give him credit for that. And they just like, no, it's not the same. Yes, it is. Drake be monotone, so do Cornell, and I love Nelly. And it just be what it is, and that was that. Because then kind of after he started doing that, then kind of Ja Rule kind of started doing it, and it created a wave. Like Nelly is talented. He really is, and I hope maybe we'll get a new album soon. Maybe he'll start some acting or something. I don't know, but motherfucker is fine.
He is. He's supposed to be in a. He's supposed to be. I forgot who they say he's supposed to be playing. Somebody famous from back in the day. He's supposed to be in a movie coming up. So I think with the Dancing with the Stars, it's really about how you catapult from that. Yes. I think he's making some really good moves. I'll give him that.
Yes,
because Maya Maya got up to second place as well. I think Nelly was second place, right? I think he was
I
second
don't
place.
remember. I can't remember shit.
I think he was second place, if not third place, because you know they wasn't gonna let him win. But Maya killed it on her season, and she got all the way up to second place. What has she really done after Dance with the Stars?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she's done her independent thing, but she hasn't been out here like that since she got put back in the scene on Dance with the Stars. So I'm proud of Nelly, though.
Yeah, well, he definitely, because if anybody deserve it, he really do deserve it. So yeah.
Yeah, and with the Busted Challenge, like.
Yeah. Man, I be wanting to do that, but it's called old knees, and I ain't got no big booty, so it's just gonna like I can gyrate it.
Girl, you can edit that down. Do the one pose, do the one dance, and then don't show yourself actually drop. You can drop it down lightly and then edit it to where it show you already down there. They ain't, and the music is playing. They ain't gonna hear the knees cracking. You know,
my knees be cracking.
They ain't gonna see the struggle. Do it up against the wall or something.
Speaking of busted, fucking Chloe Bailey, that bitch.
Oh yeah, I did see her.
I'm like, it's just not.
But yeah, I'm not shocked. She been busting it this whole quarantine on that tennis court.
No, she could not wait. When I saw the Do It video, I'm like, she could not wait to throw that ass in a circle because she's like, ooh, ooh, ooh,
yes.
This.
She been doing it every performance.
She been waiting, and then all that. I'm like, listen, I'm here for it. People feel like it's forced. Let her go through whatever. I feel like it comes naturally to her. She just owning it. Boo, man. If I had that,
I love it.
If I had, listen, I already got big titties and I got small waist. If I had a big ass, and I ain't gonna get no fake ass or nothing, but if I had a big ass, y'all couldn't tell me shit. I would be. You couldn't tell me shit. Niggas, what you say? And I look like, oh no. Next nigga.
He's like, I got this and this.
This and this? Like, fuck.
What are you drinking tonight? Because I'm definitely drinking water tonight.
Oh, I had some whiskey. I actually just finished recording with my boy. Shout out to Darren. I almost called him his brother name. I almost called him Darren. Daryl Frierson, straight out of Low Cash. So I did his podcast and then I hopped over here. So here we are. I had whiskey.
At least somebody's drinking whiskey. I need a drink by now. This was last minute. I didn't know. I just found it today, y'all.
I know.
That I was coming. So I don't have a drink on deck, but
it's okay. It's okay. You don't gotta be drunk.
Definitely could use one.
Listen, we all can always use one. I wake up in the morning. Ooh, I can use a drink. It's happy hour somewhere.
Absolutely.
So you've been keeping up with Housewives this season. I always do this. I always start late and I'm super behind. Always. I don't know why I do this to myself.
First of all, don't even beat yourself up because this season has been lackluster as well. It's just like the versus battle. You can watch that shit later. I think this past episode Sunday is when things just kind of started. We kind of starting to get into some drama. Like, usually it's never taken this long. We've already been, I think we just now got into the 7th episode. Okay. But it's been very slow and dry, all these episodes. So now we're getting to the episode where they're going on the girls' trip. You know, they always go on a trip, and that's where things are about to get interesting.
I feel like they're going on a trip 7th episode. That's kind of early.
It does seem early, but at this point, I'll take it because everything else been slow. So, yeah.
It's interesting because you're saying lackluster, and it's funny how they always talk shit about Nene when really, even Nene last season, and Nene's like, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying, and y'all trying to push me or whatever. And she was still entertaining to watch. So it's so funny how they're like, oh, we don't need Nene. Nene don't make this franchise when Nene is the franchise.
Yeah. I think we just kind of used to, Nene and her commentary and her jokes.
Listen,
it's the commentary for me.
I always said they need to do a segment where it's just an hour of NeNe's commentary or her facial expressions. I just recorded the clip where Phaedra was trying to play them about how many months along she was. And it was like, but that's not normal to have a baby at 5 months. And then it cuts to NeNe. She's like, shut up. Oh, shut up, girl.
That is so stupid. She said, I tell you about these girls from the hood. Don't know who their baby daddy is, let alone how far along they are.
No, but she said they don't know who their baby daddy is, but they know how far along they are.
And I thought she was saying they don't know any, because Phaedra didn't know. Well, Phaedra was telling them she didn't know.
Nigga.
The part for me was when so they was asking her about her pregnancy, but she tried to change the subject. Mm-hmm. She was like, so I'm a new mom, so if y'all got any advice for me, I'll take it. And NeNe was like, yeah, you need to keep that baby inside till he's ready to come out. I think it will always be.
And then Mama Joyce was just sitting there like,
right. A lot of them were like, even Sheree was confused, like,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Low key, they need to bring NeNe and Phaedra back. And I thought
a lot of people said that.
I thought by now that the smoke would have cleared from the Phaedra drama, but I guess not.
Well, no, the smoke cleared, but the stipulation was Kandi said that if they decided to bring Phaedra back, she would no longer be on the show because she didn't want to do that whole thing, and I don't think she's here for Phaedra being back in her space, being all up in her face, and they have to pretend to be cool when she knows she really don't trust her. She just over it, and she's like, if y'all finna pull that and bring Phaedra back, then I'll be going off the show. And Kandi is Atlanta royalty, so it's like, well, we don't want her off the show. But I think a lot of people are kind of seeing that Kandi, I think she's run her course as well on the show. Like, she really don't have not that much storyline.
Clyde and Mama Joyce drama. It's kind of like,
and even that's old. It's like, y'all still having drama. Like, what is it? What's the problem now? And we already know what the problem is. We already know it's Mama Joyce.
I don't like. What's the girl name? Kandi.
Carmen. Her name was Carmen, but she was calling her Karma.
Karma. She does not.
Karma.
Let me talk to you real quick. And it's so funny because she will pull everybody into a corner. Let me talk to you real quick.
Real messy.
Mama.
Kandi don't check her mama. It's old at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's old. But yeah, I do think it would be nice if NeNe would have been there.
Right.
And around. It's just it's majorly the commentary. Now, as far as NeNe's storyline, and as far, with her and Greg or whatever, that little stuff, I think it's more her being present in these scenes and commenting on it. That's what we miss. Nobody else is bringing it, like the shade, the little stuff they talking about each other here and there. It's just been very dry. So,
and it's like, y'all kind of too old, or it's like, what else is happening in your life? So we know you don't like so-and-so don't like you. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's been kind of dry, so you really not missing much. I would just binge it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you see Michelle Williams on The Breakfast Club?
No, I did not.
So she was on The Breakfast Club. She actually has a new podcast out now.
Like Michelle? Like our Michelle?
Like Michelle, like the like the song the intro music.
Yeah. I might like, I said like our Michelle, like our friend. Yeah, because she our friend. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
She can be your friend. I would say Michelle is more like, she's more like the girl that I've accepted to be a part of the family. She part of the family now. Oh, okay, girl.
Nope. I like, listen, I didn't like.
She had to grow up. It took a while. She had to grow on me. I'm trying to think of the name. Oh, it's called Checking In with Michelle Williams. And I think she'll be talking about, it's giving me, I haven't listened to it yet, but just from her description of it, it's just giving me Tamar Braxton's podcast, because she has a podcast as well. And hers is under construction. And her talking about all the things to get her, on track and better since her suicide and things like that. And
Okay.
Michelle has had those issues too. So it
Yeah.
seems very much the kind of the same for
Probably
me.
like a
But
good
I'll check
outlet
it
for
out.
her to express like her feelings and
Yeah.
because we always forget that these celebrities are just like us, and they go through everything that we go through. It's just that they have to do it under a microscope, which thank God, like that I don't have to experience that because I'll just be in my head enough as it is. Could you imagine like having to be under a microscope? Like it just and I've experienced like a little bit of that, like with Zooming with the homies and people making comments, and I just be like, well, you just probably hate yourself. So yeah, you hate yourself, or yeah, you're ugly, or things like that.
Yeah. I
I
feel
just
you.
cannot imagine because I know that she's struggled with that for a long time, eating disorders and things like that. So
Yeah.
shout out
But
to
if you see her interview, I will say I give her a just for being her. Like
yeah,
she does seem consistent. She's never tried to be anybody else.
yeah,
She had a great interview. She speaks well, and she knows how to speak up for herself, and she knows how to take the what's being said to her, and she knows how to dish it out.
yeah.
It may
Well,
not be like a
she's
housewives way.
from like Illinois. She
Yeah,
better.
she know how to get you right together. She's gonna do it in a more of a Christian way. She's gonna give you a saved read, but she gonna come back.
Yes.
Exactly. She ain't gonna just say nothing. So I for some Michelle. I'm here for her and her progress and things.
That's dope. Speaking
Yeah.
of mess, your girl Wendy has her new movie coming out.
I'm
I
so
know you
excited.
love it. I knew it. I'm like this damn burning. And
I'm excited.
how long? I'm like I wonder like when did they film it because it just seemed like it came out of nowhere that they got this Wendy Williams movie. I didn't know about it.
No.
I just saw a pre.
Okay. So all of her drama that happened with her husband and things happened all last year. So she's
Right.
had all the I would even say because she's been talking about them working on her movie for a while. That's why she really didn't want to say too much
Okay.
before when it was happening. But they've had all I would say the last half of last year to work on this. So
Okay.
she's been sitting on this for quite some time. She's had the date for a while. So yeah, I think she was just ready for things to, get the ball rolling for her to get into a better place so that she can promote it, things that are gonna come back up. But I would tell you this. Now I didn't watch now last week they premiered the Salt and Pepper movie
Okay.
on Lifetime. I didn't watch that, but I heard it was a mess as well.
Of course,
Only
it's
in
Lifetime. I don't.
exactly.
I
So
don't know if it's like.
that's
Oh,
why I'm excited and nervous all at the same time. Cause I'm like, okay, it's the Wendy story. I think that's the good thing. Why she's having a movie and she's having a documentary after the movie. I
oh,
think the movie is gonna be a hot ass mess. Because if it's given the same way they did Aaliyah's movie, it's like it's gonna be a mess how they do all this. Now we know more about Aaliyah's story than we do maybe Wendy Williams. Um, but I think just the production of it too, because they be talking about how the people wigs be looking, the clothes and stuff looking. So I think the movie itself would be entertaining as far as
well, you
being
gotta
mess.
also think like you getting full access where to Wendy Williams story because she is producing this, she greenlit it. So a lot of things will be like super raw and authentic. So it actually probably won't be what we think it's gonna be because of what we think of Wendy Williams. It'll be mess because yeah, she's I mean that's her claim to fame. She messy, but it's just interesting. I might have to watch it. I might have to watch it. I'm not even gonna lie. I had no interest in watching the Salt and Pepper story. I kind of washed my hands of them because of how they did Spinderella. Um, but the Clark sisters, that movie was really good.
That
So
was really good. I will give Lifetime that.
yeah,
That was a really
that's
good
all they're
one.
getting at the moment. Y'all got that.
Yeah, y'all did that, and I'm glad they had some but they had a lot of other black people and other black celebrities helping produce that because they
Yeah.
said, what you're not gonna do, you already messed up Aaliyah's story, but you ain't gonna do our Clark sisters, our Saved
Well,
sisters.
Aaliyah, the story got messed up because they wouldn't give them the rights to the music. But here's the thing. That uncle that has the rights, he don't even have the rights. That's the whole thing with the Aaliyah situation.
I thought it was her brother and her mama who had the rights
They
to the
don't have
music.
the right. Her Black Ground Records was her uncle's label. He had the rights to all of that stuff. So in some sort of strange deal, he like sold a percentage of her catalog, her royalty, like her catalog to some company in the UK. So pretty much if they greenlight it to go onto streaming, that money don't go to her estate. That money goes to them. So I don't know how this was even this is set up or how it's something weird and it's something hella shady.
It's a mess.
And
And they said that we were supposed to get Aaliyah's music last year
that's what it is because niggas
on
like
all streaming platforms. I still haven't gotten it.
if you
So
think about it, JoJo catalog is not on streaming. That's why she had to re-record it because she was with Black Round. So it's some kind of weird, funky deal that's going on, which apparently is supposed to end at at I don't know what year it is, but that's what I uncovered. But yeah,
listen,
I need fucking loose rap. I'm gonna have to buy her CD. I don't know.
I had the CD, like I had the 1 in a Million CD. I do not know where that CD is. I feel like somebody stole it.
Our 1 in a Million CD is at Temple Place in St. Louis.
I don't know where mine is.
But we didn't have the Aaliyah album. We definitely had one in the
I had that album.
But the Aaliyah, I just need loose rap, okay? Y'all can have everything else.
They get tired of the loose rap. Yeah. I don't know. And then they so expensive now when you try to look them up. They taxing hell us to buy these Aaliyah CDs.
Yeah.
And on vinyl too. You know, it's like, she's like, they trying to charge more for her. I don't know. They taxing. I'll say that. I'm not gonna do the comparison, but yeah, they taxing hell. It's just like, just put it on streaming services. And JoJo, it's heartbreaking too because, you know, I've listened to them old songs, them classics that we know from JoJo, and to hear her have to redo. Well, I've heard her redone version. I think she redid it in 2018.
Yeah,
it ain't the same. She's not singing them songs the same like she did when she was younger or hitting them notes. Well, so it's just like
because she technically, you can't sing it the same. Because technically she will be infringing upon her own shit. That's what I'm saying. Like that is, the industry is a strange place. The music industry, the industry as a whole, entertainment industry is just strange.
It is.
Come to shit like that because that's why you got to know what you signing and what's going on, because then shit like this happen. Because like I be listening to JoJo album on YouTube.
That's what I was gonna say. I listen to it on YouTube. I can't even stream the one that she redid all them songs. I don't even listen to that one at all.
I listen to it time, but I just go to YouTube and that's how I listen to loose rap.
I need the original version of the song that I know, not the remake, not the remix.
So okay. It's interesting. We talk about things being missing that we like from streaming. I still stand Eden's Crush. Nobody remembers Eden's Crush. Nicole Scherzinger from Pussycat Dolls was in a group before she was in Pussycat Dolls, and they had a song called Get Over Yourself. The whole album was solid. That's
the only song I remember. I don't remember no other song. I don't remember no album. So I just know Get Over Yourself, Goodbye.
I would listen to it on YouTube, and I was trying to see if it was somewhere I can download it like digitally. And of course it takes me to fucking Amazon. I bought that CD for $5. Because oddly, I have a new car, but and it's a 2020, but oddly there's a CD player. And I feel like a lot of people's cars don't have CD players anymore. Because niggas don't.
Yeah, not the new ones. I
definitely bought that shit for $5. And when I drive to work tomorrow, because I'm gonna work in the office, I'm definitely gonna be blasting Eden's Crush on the way to work.
See, I'm glad you mentioned that because like some albums you can actually give her reasonable price. Now I actually did go buy JoJo's album.
Okay.
I forgot the name, but it's with the hits on there that we know.
Okay.
On Amazon, I probably got it for like maybe $15 or less,
Yeah.
if that. Because at that time it was like, okay, they don't have that album out as much anymore. Oh, I
Right.
bought that album because I knew like they wasn't streaming it. So
Yeah.
it's weird. This music is so weird. Music has become, I don't know, it's just not consistent like it
Yeah.
was anymore.
It's not. And I was telling my homegirl that earlier, recording the show, and I just was like, look, I don't know. I know you're an artist, but sis, I'm like bored. Like I open Spotify and I'm just like, I have my little playlist that I consistently play because these new artists, it's just, I don't. I get that they're just trying to crank shit out, but and there are people that are talented like a her or HER, Lucky Day, like Chloe and Halle. I consistently play that album. I do enjoy Jasmine Sullivan's album, but I think it's so short. I'm like, damn, it's off. Oh, you got like 20 interludes on here. You had 4 songs. I'm like, and you haven't had an album in a second. So I'm gonna
That's why I didn't get when everybody was saying they like the album. I'm like, the whole album? Because I could have done without all them interludes, you
yeah,
know.
because I
But
don't know why I love Lost One Souls. I love that song, but even on like the curated, like they have curated playlists on Spotify. Like I feel like they have had the same consistent songs like on the R&B playlist forever.
they do. Now
And
I think you have to follow other people. I think you have to go outside of Spotify's playlist and follow other people's playlists because Spotify they will come out with a new playlist, but it's mostly like it'll be like that new music. And I saw the same thing kind of on Apple Music. It's like they had all these different titles for R&B music, but it was all the same new music, new artists. I'm like, I don't want to listen to all the new songs. I want to go back to some of the old songs.
yeah,
And even that don't be consistent. It's like you just have to make up your own playlist.
yeah, I think the cool thing about Spotify is that how they do the daily mix and they make all these different mixes based off of
I
things.
do like based on what you listen to, yeah.
I do like that, but mine recently, I'm like, this is not as good as it normally is. So the other
You
day, I found
know,
myself listening to Spice Girls, their last album. It was a Dark Child era that Spice Girls had that was fire.
really.
I wanna make you holler and hear you scream my name. I give you rules to follow so you can play your game. It's I mean, yeah, they got a Dark Child era where he produced for them.
That's crazy. I don't remember that. Now, do you remember when they all broke up? And do you remember when Scary Spice went solo?
I'm the M to the ELB, you know me. I'm the M to the SSY.
Everybody don't know that song. I'm like, do y'all remember that? I remember that because I used to watch all them videos. I remember she premiered that video. And I was just
Yeah.
like, wow.
I think I'm
Nothing else after that.
back. Your love is like a deep impact.
Yep. With Missy Elliott. Yep.
Missy Elliott.
At least she knew to put Missy on there. I'm
Yeah,
like, hey,
she knew what was up.
she knew what was
That
up.
was on the Why Do Fools Fall in Love soundtrack.
Was it?
It was. That's right.
Wow.
Get on the bus.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I did know that. I knew that Destiny Child song was on there. Wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
I don't know. I just feel like because you know me, growing up an only child, I've, been to myself, I've always depended on TV and music. And I've always looked at their like relationships. Now that damn TV, I'm addicted to that more than music. But
Yeah.
the TV to me is word. I don't know. It's just because to me, like, okay, you find a good TV show. It's like finding like a good relationship. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this works for me. Oh, I can't wait till I see them again. Oh, I can't wait to see what we're gonna do next time. And then when the show cancel on you, it's like, damn, this motherfucker just ghosted on me or stopped calling all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now music is starting to be like that. It's like, dang, you like an artist or you like these type of songs, and it's like, what's the dating game like now? It's just so weird.
It's interesting because so the other day I had watched the Get Over Yourself video, and then you know how YouTube will just start playing stuff, and it played Dream. He loves me.
Me, he loves you not. Something like
And
that. Yeah, I remember that song.
JoJo, Get Out Leave. And then it
Yeah.
played Samantha Moomba. And I was like, you might not, don't want
I
to
remember
love you
her, but
if
what's the
you
song?
don't love me. Don't want to need you if you won't need me to. Don't, okay. Or she had, baby, come on over tonight. We can make it all right. That's the
I
one.
do remember that song.
They
Okay,
played.
okay.
I was like, where the hell is Samantha Moomba? And apparently, she like took some crazy hiatus. She got like a record deal recently. She's been living in LA, got a husband, got a kid. I definitely,
Wow.
yeah. So,
It's
it's
so
so funny
crazy.
because I was like thinking about. I'm like, oh, and then it played Willa Ford. I want to be bad.
I wanna be bad, bad,
Baby,
baby.
I look so good.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I was jamming. I'm like, I don't want to go to
You
sleep.
know what? This is all that damn MTV's fault because
When they
I
play
think
videos,
they played videos. We had watched. I used to run home to watch TRL. You know, I used to know all them little songs, them little hip little songs. Cause I don't know if it's just from going to school with like, it being diverse. So you have your black people, white people, you have to know the white people songs, or you have to know the black people songs. So I was watching TRL and 106. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm glad they
why you
put
sound
106
like
later.
that scene in Selena where they in the van talking to their daddy, and the daddy's like, "Man, being a Latino is really hard because you got to know." You got Gloria Stefan and you gotta know Celine Dion. Or something.
I mean, for real, that's how it is. You gotta know both. That's crazy. All them songs. I haven't heard them
I
songs in
was
so long.
jamming. I was jamming last night.
That's crazy.
It was just man, and it brought back so many memories. And I think about like we just used to have fun. Like life just used to be so carefree. And
It was just a different time.
yeah, it was different time. Like I feel like everything be so tumultuous, and I'm like, shit, can I just want it that way and say bye bye bye? I was listening to Backstreet Boys like crazy too. I listened to they had like a chapter one like greatest hits album.
Wow. You
Five
really been throwing it back.
I've really been throwing it back and then man, them vocals, Backstreet Boys could really sing. Like they really could. I understand like people always felt like NSYNC was more entertaining, but Backstreet Boys had them vocals. They really could sing.
Yeah, now I think you got a little deeper into them than I did because I wasn't listening to whole albums. Like I
Okay.
probably listened to it once, but I'm like, okay, these white boys ain't doing it for me like that. But they cool for what they bring to the table. I
Right.
was here for the whole NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys. I'm like, oh, okay, this is
Now
better.
I would watch that versus, but I don't know if they gonna Kevin is currently mad at Brian from the Backstreet Boys because Brian was like a Trump supporter or some shit. So and they cousins.
Ooh,
Nigga was tweeting
ooh.
them saying you going in on him.
That would be interesting. Now I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, that would be a fun one. But I feel like it's
Okay, they were saying that Britney Spears should do one against Christina Aguilera,
that would be
but then somebody said no, it should be Christina against Pink. I said I think I like that one better.
fun.
I
Yeah,
like
I
that
can
better
see that. Yeah, and
because that first album Pink had.
I don't know if Britney Spears guardianship people gonna let her even do it for Britney.
They ain't gonna let her sit live on that thing for that long. You don't know what the fuck Britney gonna do. You don't know if during the live it's some medication or something gonna kick in. You don't know what she gonna do at the sitting there in that one spot for all the time. She's not stable enough to do all that.
I don't think it's that. I think it's that they think that she unstable because she had that one breakdown, which happens to a lot of people. You got to think how fucking young she was in the game.
It ain't just that. Britney and currently she's still been showing signs. Like when she sneak off and get her phone, when she finds her phone that her daddy got from her, and she sneaks off and go do social media, she be looking crazy at times. When she do her little
Yeah, 'cause I
dances,
feel like she don't have no life. Like she don't. It's just
she
interesting.
don't even have full custody of her children. So that tells you something right there.
Well, because homeboy, that happened after that, like breakdown weird shit, and then homeboy, but you know that was supposed to be a whole scam. Like,
No, this is still current. She doesn't
yeah,
have
no,
full.
she don't because she has that guardianship. That what do they call it? It's not a guardianship. It's like fuck.
It sounds like a damn ownership because her
Yeah,
daddy got
pretty much,
everything that
yeah,
she owns
yeah. And then
and has power of everything.
yeah,
Like you can't even make your own decisions. Your old daddy got to make your decisions for you. So it's just a lot of things that's just not
I don't know.
connected. You know,
I feel bad for her. I kind of
I
empathize
do.
with her. Yeah, because I'm like, I think it's fucked up. I think that low key, like her daddy is trying to make it seem like she don't have no sin. She unstable. She did. She that. But it's just like you kind of was like a little bit of the cause of that because like the burnout. But then it's also like, where is their mama? Because her parents are not together anymore, and I'm just like wondering like where her mama is.
Mama don't have no power.
Clearly,
I
clearly,
don't know. But yeah,
I know.
you got to keep her lifted in prayer.
We will. Listen, we've been here for a cool minute, and I ain't trying to hold up your night because it's almost what is that? Almost midnight,
Yep, it's 11:50 here.
11:50, and I need to get ready for bed tomorrow. Get ready for bed tomorrow. Get ready for work tomorrow. It's been
Yeah.
a long day, work all day.
Yeah, it's
I think
cool.
I'm gonna try to crank out, like a limited edition, maybe limited edition candles for Valentine's Day. I think I could get that done 2 weeks. So if y'all don't hear from me. That's why I was like cranking out shit so I can have content built up,
Hmm.
man. Cause yeah, just trying to make moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always good to see you, best friend.
Always good to see you, best friend.
You
Like,
know, I check you out on everything. I'm with the homies. You
yes,
killing on Instagram.
I'll be trying.
You know.
Trying to get some influencer deals or something, be a little micro influencer. I really want that Savage Fenty deal. I would kill that shit. I'm gonna have to order some lingerie and like do a shoot and tag them. I'm like, y'all tag them and tell them to make me an ambassador. I'm just an everyday girl in this high tech digital world. Really trying to understand. You remember that song when Leanne Rimes came out with Intuition? No, that was Jewel. Jewel. So Jewel kind of like, she was kind of emo, the white girl. And then she came out with this huge pop hit, Intuition. Man, I'm gonna send it to you.
I think I do remember that because Jewel was a little older than
Yeah,
some of the pop girls, so I think
yeah,
she was trying to come back out but she still got the shape. She
yeah.
still was looking good. I think I remember that.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, thank you for coming in. I definitely asked you this morning. I was like, I got an idea. You want to come on to a pop culture segment? And you was
Yeah,
like, sure. Well, I will talk to you later. I'm like, okay.
why not?
Yeah. So let everybody know where they can follow you on Instagram or Twitter.
Well, guys, I think I am. I always forget. I think I'm vodka_villain across all
I think you
Instagram
are.
and Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be here and there. You guys can follow me. I post here and there. I'm not killing it on Instagram like Dominique over here. But yeah, Twitter, vodka_villain, Instagram, vodka_villain. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I feel like definitely Vernon Loki is really active on Twitter. And Vernon watches the shows. He really does binge watch the shows. And that's how I know kind of like
And a lot of times I forget to comment in between on the show. So that's one of the things that I hate that I don't do as much as put more commentary on the shows or things like that. But you'll catch me here and there. I think I had a lot from the versus battle. I retweeted a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm here and there.
well, guys, make sure y'all hit like, subscribe, and share. The podcast for everybody. I'm trying to get those subscriber numbers up, those followers up, those listens up. And yeah, and like I said, I'll be sure to let everybody know if I get those candles out in time. But yeah, we gonna make it do what it do. 2021. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Peace.